Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Hare,
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev,
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol,
Nitya Gaura Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol.
Now, Kirtan ki jai.
Jai.
Giving class is very high level. This is
तो हर फोल्डर के साइड में कर देना मैंने ड्रॉप करते हैं
You will sit.
ब्लैंकेट के
Divya, Mataji.
प्रभु जी सारी सब ब्लैंकेट के
We'll get Mataji. You can use Mataji.
थैंक यू water we have
Keep it in fridge and get the blanket.
water we have to get for everyone
Fast.
hmm.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಂತ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರು ಆಟ್ಲೆ
కొంచెం లేట్ వస్తుంది. చెప్పారు అదే మాట చెప్పారు.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Welcome you all to this celebration of the appearance of Lord Narasimhadev. It's wonderful twilight and wonderful evening today. We'll start with prayers and then we'll have a short discussion. Telugu? Okay. We'll do together. Can we do it together? Okay. So, yeah. So we will start with prayers. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पदान साधना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नित्य नामने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद पवित्र पवित्र सर्वस्त्र विगत पीवय स्मृत पुंडरीकाक्ष सभाहि अंत सचि श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु जीवपमुनि श्री श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु। हरे कृष्ण। All good?
నేను అర్థమవుతుందా?
లేదు. So, today's the appearance day of Lord Narasimha. So, all of us had heard about the appearance day of Lord Narasimha. Anyone who has not heard about why Lord Narasimha appeared? Anyone who has not heard as to why Lord Narasimha had to appear? Okay, Rushika is not heard to why Lord Narasimha has appeared. No, she heard in the past life. She is continuing her bhakti. That is what we believe for the children in our devotees' families. So the Lord says, when you do bhakti, see, all of you are practicing devotees. So what happens if you don't go back to Goloka in this life, right? So all of us want to go back to Krishna because that is where we belong to. So he is our eternal Father, and that is where we belong to, and we want to go to Him. But in case someone is not able to go for any reason, right? Sometimes what happens is our endeavor might not be as strong, or sometimes we might have, even after reaching very peak stage of bhakti, if we make certain offenses, it is likely that we might not go back to Krishna. So for some unsuccessful yogis or those who could not complete this birth, for them what happens is they will actually take birth in the families of devotees. They will take birth in the families of brahmanas. They will take birth in the families of the merchant class, Vaishyas. So because these are the places where it is very favorable to do bhakti. So if you are born in a brahmana family, already there are a lot of things that you know, and it's all very much streamlined to how to worship the Lord, right? When you take birth in the family of devotees, you are always in the process of kirtan, always in the process of hearing, always in the process of taking prasadam, always in the association of devotees, right? And one who takes birth in the family of Vaishyas or in a wealthy family, you are not worried by the constant worry of how we are going to earn, how we are going to take care of ourselves, right? So you can concentrate on serving the Lord, praying to the Lord, serving the devotees of the Lord. So these are favorable births. So anyone who takes birth in the devotees family, they are actually continuing bhakti. In most cases they are actually continuing their bhakti from their previous life. That is why we see the exceptional qualities in them. Like when we first Akshaj was playing mridanga, we didn't understand like how well he was playing mridanga. Some of us had taken lot of training. I still can't even play mridanga, but the day he was given mridanga, he was playing with a single hand, right? So these are special souls who come into the families of devotees. So coming to appearance of Narasimhadev, I will narrate the story very the Leela and the pastime, why the Lord had to appear in a very short form. Because today the discussion will be centered on Prahalad. It is about Prahalad. I will also tell you why we will discuss more about Prahalad, right? So the discussion today is centered on Prahalad. I'll try to finish it as soon as possible. I'm not sure how much time I have. Okay. What is the time, hard stop? 8:30. 8:30. No, we'll finish before 8:30. That I know. Yeah. So yeah. So what happened is there were two very dangerous demons at one time, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. So Hiranyaksha was very very both of them were very very bad demons. They were very ruthless. They were torturing all the good people. So Hiranyaksha had actually tortured Mother Earth. So because of that, the Lord appears in his Varaha Roop and he kills Hiranyaksha. When Hiranyaksha was killed, what happened was Hiranyakashipu, being the brother, he wanted to take revenge, right? So his brother was killed, so he felt the need to take revenge. So he does lot of austerity, and while doing austerity, he was actually for many many years he was doing austerity to please Brahmadev, and he was doing austerity. Simultaneously, his wife Kayadu was expecting. So, but the all the demigods, Indra and all, they got very insecure because Hiranyakashipu is a known demon. He was a known enemy. So they also expected that his son or his child who is in the womb of Kayadu would also be a very dangerous demon they had to deal with in future. So the Indra and other demigods come to actually kill Kayadu and her unborn baby. So it is then Narad Muni comes. Narad Muni comes and he says that this is a great Vaishnava in the womb of Kayadu, and he is no threat to any of you. He is no threat to any of you. I will take Kayadu and this unborn baby to my ashram. And that is when Narad Muni actually takes them to his ashram. In the ashram, Narad Muni is an exalted Vaishnava. He is a wonderful devotee. And one thing Narad Muni has been doing as a spiritual master and as an exalted devotee is always speaking of the Lord. Always he speaks of the Lord. So Kayadu was sitting, and Narad Muni is telling about the glories of the Supreme Lord. Narad Muni is telling the glories of the Supreme Lord. While the glories of the Supreme Lord and the hearing was for Kayadu, Kayadu falls asleep. She was not listening attentively. She falls asleep. But then there was one special soul who got actually very much benefited out of this. That is actually Prahalad Maharaj. So when he was in the womb of his mother, that is when he heard about the glories of the Lord, right? So for most of our children, they say, when for mothers, expecting mothers and mothers, they say you have to hear about the Lord, you have to hear kirtans, you have to hear about the Lord when you're expecting, before you're expecting, and through the process, because there is a lot the child actually learns during this process. So this is where the devotion of Prahlad started, right? In that particular birth. So he was actually hearing from Narad Muni, and he develops firm faith in God, firm faith in the process of devotional service. And as the tapas of Hiranyakashipu ends, as the tapas of Hiranyakashipu ends, Brahmadev appears. He had done a lot of austerity. He had literally pleased Brahmadev, and he comes to Brahmadev, and Brahmadev comes to Hiranyakashipu and says, "I am really impressed by the austerity you have taken." In those days, austerity or tapas is the way of reaching the God also. But Hiranyakashipu didn't want to reach God, but he wanted some boon from Brahmadev. So he had worshipped Brahmadev, and Brahmadev appears. And as Brahmadev appears, he asks him, Hiranyakashipu, what is that you need? Why did you do this tapas? Right? So what is that you want as a boon? Then he says, I want to become immortal. Right? No one should be able to kill me. Then Brahmadev says, see, this is something I cannot guarantee. I cannot give. This is something which I cannot give. This is the boon you're asking is not possible to give. Anyone who takes birth has to die. Anyone who takes birth has to die. Right? So this is not a boon that can be given. Then Hiranyakashipu uses all his, thinking abilities, right? So he says, I want a boon in which a man cannot kill me, an animal cannot kill me, God cannot kill me, right? He cannot kill me with a weapon. I cannot be killed during the day. I cannot be killed during the night. I cannot be killed inside the house. I cannot be killed outside the house. I cannot be killed on the ground. I cannot be killed on this in the sky. Right? So these are all like my Siksha Guru says it is like an insurance policy, right? So he has put all the conditions in such a way that he cannot be killed, right? And he felt, okay, I have insured myself. I have insured myself and have ensured that I won't be killed. So that's what he was thinking. And Brahmadev, he knows everything. So he says, okay, this is fine. You will get this wish granted, and this is it. This is given to you. And then Hiranyakashipu goes back. He goes back to his kingdom, and Prahlad was born, and Prahlad and Kayadu also returned to the kingdom. And Prahlad is growing up. Prahlad is growing up. So, like all of us have different schools, Prahlad has a schools which is meant for the demons. So there is this the guru for the demons is Shukracharya, and there is a demon school which is run by his sons Shanda and Amarka. So then it's actually then Prahlad is going to school. Prahlad is going to school, and as Prahlad is going to school, one day he actually comes. One day he actually comes, and his father Hiranyakashipu asks him, right? Hiranyakashipu asks him, so what are the wonderful things that you have learned in the school, right? So he asks him what are the wonderful things he learns in school. He says we will discuss those in detail, but he says some things which are related to Lord Vishnu. He says something related to Lord Vishnu, and he tells what are the things that are needed actually for one to, what are the things one should do once you take birth as a human being. Once you take birth, what are the things that you're supposed to do is what Prahlad says. This actually angers Hiranyakashipu because in the demon school that he is going, he was supposed to be taught, and he was being taught that Hiranyakashipu is God, right? So that was the training that was planned. And but Prahlad has a better understanding because he was trained under Narad Muni when he was in the womb of his mother. So he has a better understanding, and he tries to tell that. So it angers Hiranyakashipu. He calls the teachers of Prahlad and tells them, see, there is some problem. You have to fix it. Please teach him the right things, right? So again, he goes back, and then again when he comes back, he says that this what is that one has to do. Again he tells that it is important to pray the Supreme Lord, There are also some verses we'll discuss. So he again says the same thing. He does not unlearn whatever he has learned from Narad Muni. He does not unlearn that, right? He is fixed upon his devotional service. So he repeats the same thing. So that is when Hiranyakashipu gets angry, and then he tries to kill Prahlad. So he tries to kill Prahlad. He tries different ways to kill Prahlad. One of the thing is putting him from a mountain into an ocean, right? So recently we have been to Sri Simhachalam Dham. That is a place where the demons actually put Prahlad from the mountain, Simhachalam mountain, into the ocean that is there, right? So that is one thing that he tried to do. He tried to kind of crush him under the feet of elephants, right? He tried to kill Prahlad by the bite of snakes, right? And he tried to put Prahlad in fire, and also he tries to take the help of his sister to kill Prahlad. So all sorts of things he does, but then every time the Lord protects him, because the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita also, I am there to protect my devotees, right? So the Lord is always there to protect his devotees, to the extent as to how much faith and surrender we have, right? So it is sometimes we see that people say take dip in Ganges water, मतलब पूरा पाप चले जाएंगे गंगा पानी में आप नहाएंगे तो, पर ऐसा नहीं होता है। क्यों नहीं होता है? क्योंकि हमारा विश्वास बहुत खोखला है। अगर हमारा विश्वास दृढ़ रहता कि सही में यहाँ से पाप धुल जाएंगे, तो it will happen. So that is also applicable in all forms of devotional service, where the faith is very important. To the extent that we have faith, actually we experience the reciprocation, we experience the results of devotional service, right? So the faith is very, very important. So a lot of times it happens like this, that people think, yeah, I have belief in God. Yeah, I have belief in God. I have faith in God, right? We are born in very pious families, or we have come in contact with people who are who actually inspired us to do bhakti. So we think, हाँ, हमें तो विश्वास है, भगवान है, और हम भगवान का पूजा कर रहे हैं. But what we don't probably realize is our faith is at a level. Our faith is actually at a level. It is not 0 and 1. ऐसा नहीं कि कोई नास्तिक होगा या कोई पूरा भगवान में विश्वास करेगा. ऐसे बीच में भी होते हैं लोग, मतलब इन बिटवीन, जहां पर हमको लगता है कि हमको विश्वास है भगवान पे, मतलब विश्वास है भगवान पे, कोई कष्ट आ जाएगा तो एकदम से हम बोलेंगे भगवान नहीं नहीं अभी कष्ट आ गया, मैं कल मंदिर आऊंगी, परसों में आप ये कष्ट दूर कर दो, परसों में नारियल चढ़ाऊंगी. सी दिस इज वन लेवल ऑफ फेथ, right? So there are levels of faith. So right now we are all very fortunate that we are in a stage where our faith and our consciousness is certainly at a higher level. That is when we get association of devotees, we get to hear Krishna Katha, we get to read Krishna Katha. It means that our faith levels are actually on higher side. Our consciousness and faith levels are on higher side compared to the others, for sure. But always the effort is to actually increase the faith levels and increase the surrender to the Supreme Lord. See, this is a conscious effort that we have to keep doing. So because Prahlad was a very great devotee, the Lord always actually protected him. He had that faith. He was never scared. So always my spiritual master says, people are afraid when we are not having that faith that the Lord is there, or we don't know much about God. If we know much about God and we have faith that the Lord is there, we will not be afraid also, right? Personally,
But you maybe will be afraid of.
नहीं 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 वो fear will go when we see uh, the room is dark. The room is dark because I don't know what is there. I might be little scared to enter, but when the knowledge of scripture comes, it will illuminate the room, and equivalently when I step out, I will actually see everything clearly, so I'm no longer scared.
When you're a devotee.
That is when the knowledge of the scriptures comes in, right? So that is when that fear and the darkness gets dispelled, right? So that is what we are in the process of. Abhi thoda thoda abhi light chal raha hai, thoda because of the classes and association, thoda thoda clear ho raha hai abhi, and more with association, with hearing, with listening, right? So all this, it will get better. Okay, so that is the idea. So that will happen. So Prahlad was very fixed in his bhakti, so the Lord protects him every time. So at one point, Hiranyakashipu gets very, very upset. He says, "Where is your God? तुम कहते हो ना कि भगवान विष्णु है, he's God, he's there. Where is your God?" Then he says, Prahlad says, "My God is everywhere. My God is everywhere. हर जगह है." Then Hiranyakashipu says, "Okay, if you say your God is everywhere, this is a pillar. Let me break this pillar and see if your God is inside." Right? So that is what Prahlad says. Hiranyakashipu says to Prahlad. Then Prahlad says, "Yes, my God is there in the pillar also. भगवान तो हर जगह है, तो pillar में भी है." Then Hiranyakashipu actually breaks the pillar. He actually hits the pillar, and Lord Narsimha appears, because it is his devotee Prahlad who said the Lord is there in the pillar. The Lord has come to prove that whatever the devotee says is valid, right? So to keep the word of the devotee, the Lord appeared, right? It is not necessary that every time I say the Lord is in the speaker, mic, and all, the Lord has to come. But Prahlad was such a great devotee that to keep his word, the Lord actually appears out of the pillar, right? And the Lord also says in Bhagavad Gita to actually protect the good people, the devotees, the Lord appears. Also to destroy the bad qualities, right? The Lord is Father for everyone, for the devotees, for the demons, for everyone. This is written in Srimad Bhagavatam. When I first read, I found it very, very bewildering to understand when it says in Srimad Bhagavatam, the Lord is Father and equal to everyone, right? So, but that's why the Lord says, I come, right? Every time I come to protect the devotees and the good people, and I come to destroy the bad qualities. He never says, I come to destroy bad people, right? Because they are also the children of the Lord. He only comes to destroy the bad qualities in them, right? So that is what the Lord. But in the process, some actually get killed, or they actually go to better destination, because when one gets killed also, they have better destination. So that is what is happening. But the Lord is particular about the bad qualities. So likewise, as practicing devotees, we our when we see bad things, it is not about the person, it is about the qualities, right? The Lord also does not see anyone as bad. The Lord also does not see anyone as bad. We should also not see anyone as bad per se. Only the bad qualities may be something we are watchful of, or we give feedback to the other person. It's only about the qualities. It is not about the person, right? So that is something we have to. So eventually, what happens is, if we just see it as qualities and not as a person, we will not develop hatred or disliking towards the person, right? We cannot develop hatred or disliking to anyone, because सबके अंदर परमात्मा है, भगवान बसते हैं, बस भगवान सबके अंदर बसते हैं. तो कोशिश रहना चाहिए कि हम किसी के प्रति द्वेष ना रखें. No hard feelings, no hatred against anyone. It's only the something they must have done which might not be okay, right? So it might have hurt you, it might be offensive to you. So it's just about that, right? So, and we'll read 2, 3 shlokas, which is very good to contemplate on this day. Yeah, the Lord appears from the pillar, and then he kills Narsim Bhagwan kills Hiranyakashipu in a perfect setting, no weapons. He uses only his nails, right? He said no weapons can be killed. I cannot be killed by man or animal. Narsimha is an head is of the lion, and body comes as of human. So he is neither man, he is neither animal, right? So that is also clear. He kills at a time when it is not day or it is not night. वो संध्या की काल थी जब उनका वध हुआ था हिरण्यकशिपु का. And he also does not kill him inside the house or outside the house. It's just चौकट पे था, ना धरती पे ना आकाश पे. He puts him on his, you know, lap and he kills him. So all the insurance conditions were met. जो ब्रह्म जी का वरदान था वो सब it was met, and in spite of that no one becomes immortal, right? And उनके पाप भी बहुत बढ़ गए थे, तो he was killed. नरसिम्हा भगवान kills him, right? So this is why Narasimha Bhagwan appeared, and what he has done. So जब भी भगवान के अवतार रहते हैं, like whenever the Lord appears, he says, right, I appear for actually protecting the good people and destroying the evil. So whenever the Lord appears, it is, we should understand what is the reason for which he appeared, right? In this case, it is to protect Prahlad actually and destroy Hiranyakashipu. So this is the reason why the Lord appears in the form of Narasimha. So that is something we want to understand. And while it is very glorious to know why the Lord appeared, his wonderful form as Narasimha, Narasimha Bhagwan is protector. He is actually a protector. So we can all on this day actually pray very intensely that the Lord protects our bhakti, right? So they say the most fortunate on this in many worlds, right, is the one who actually receives the seed of bhakti, and that seed actually grows into a creeper. Slowly it is growing as a creeper. So it is very important that we protect this creeper. We are trying to protect the creeper by not doing offenses, by actually watering it with services, with sadhana, right, with association of devotees. Koshish hamari jari hai. We are doing our endeavor, but at the same time we let us also pray intensely to the Lord that he protects our bhakti, right? So this is the day when the Lord appeared, and we pray intensely that please Lord, uh, protect our bhakti. Bhakton ke sang hamesha rakhe. Hamesha we should be able to do our services to the Lord and his devotees, and we should be able to hear the pastimes of the Lord, and we should always be in remembrance of the Lord, right? So these are some prayers that we can do today very intensely. Please, I know some of you are on fasting because of the appearance of the Lord. It's wonderful, in fact, and also make these intense prayers. And I'm sure with the faith that we put in, these prayers will be answered. And today, Prabhuji, phone. Sorry. So, what? How much time do we have? 7:56, and 10-15 minutes will take. Yeah. So the idea is here. So Narsimhadev, we have discussed the pastime of Narsimhadev, but today we want to discuss few things about Prahlad Maharaj. Why do we have to discuss about Prahlad Maharaj, right? So if I were to tell you, right, we have to do bhakti, right? We have to do bhakti. We have to go back to Golok Dham, right? We have to develop love for the Lord. सब ठीक है पर होता कैसे है, ये सब होता कैसे है, मतलब, राइट? सो these kind of questions will come. सब आप तो कह रहे हो हाँ भक्ति करना चाहिए, प्रेम भगवान के ऊपर प्रेम बढ़ना चाहिए, गोलोक धाम जाना है, पर करते कैसे हैं? So you should have someone whom you can take as an example, who is doing it and showing by example. We have wonderful acharyas, spiritual masters, Srila Prabhupada in our movement, from whom we can take inspiration. Also, Srimad Bhagavatam has descriptions of wonderful devotees. One such wonderful devotee is Prahlad Maharaj. One such wonderful devotee is Prahlad Maharaj. So it's little to relate like this. When I joined my bachelor's program, when I joined, this like from day one, we were just hearing about our seniors, the wonderful seniors that we had. So they had wonderful already people, just more than their name or more than what they are. They were always discussing about their ranks, their gate ranks, and their very good performance in the competitive exams. So it inspired us. First, it inspired us to actually also think we can also write gate exam, we can also take admission into IITs. So it first inspired us, okay, this is something we can do when we looked at them. And then after that, the first freshers, no? So some textbooks we wanted to get from the library. The moment we entered the library, we saw these seniors. They were sitting there in the library very sincerely and studying, right? Okay, हमें भी ऐसा पढ़ना चाहिए. We have to also study like them. तभी तो हमें गेट रैंक मिलेगा. इनको मतलब ऐसे ही जैसे ये पढ़ रहे हैं, देखो कैसे पढ़ रहे हैं, सिंसियरली पढ़ रहे हैं. फिर 2 दिन बाद अगेन आई वेंट टू लाइब्रेरी. वो पढ़ के ना हमारे सीनियर सो गए थे. तो आई वॉज थिंकिंग अच्छा ऐसा सोना भी है लाइब्रेरी में, तब तो मेरा रैंक मिलेगा. So like that, we idealize people. We need examples. So these devotees are examples, or they will show us the path as to how to do devotional service and how to go back to Bhagavatam. Right? So literally following them, following my seniors, constantly seeing what they are doing, how they have cracked the exam, it helped me crack the exam. So when we also hear about the devotees, right? Devotees like Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, and wonderful devotees who are there, we also slowly, first we get inspired. Later on, we follow in their footsteps and we go back to Bhagavatam. So that is why Srimad Bhagavatam has wonderful examples of devotees. And Prahlad Maharaj, there are few verses that we just want to I just want to discuss, just one or two maybe, because in the interest of time, कुछ जलने की बू आ रही है. हाँ, कुछ तो जल रहे हैं. It could be outside also. Yeah, that's wire burning, but yeah. So the first time, Hiranyakashipu actually calls Prahlad. First time Hiranyakashipu calls Prahlad and he says, what are the wonderful things that you are studying in your school, right? You are going to the ashram of Shanda and Amarka. What are the wonderful things that you have learned there? So just see what Prahlad Maharaj is saying. Okay, please hear attentively. This is actually very relevant. Prahlad Maharaj replied, O best of the Asuras, king of the demons, as far as I have learned from my spiritual master, any person who has accepted a temporary body and temporary household life is certainly embarrassed by anxiety because of having fallen in a dark well where there is no water but only suffering. One should give up this position and go to the forest Vana. More clearly, one should go to Vrindavana, where only Krishna consciousness is prevalent, and should thus take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Prahlad is telling, so what he has learned from his spiritual master. Who is spiritual master of Prahlad? Narad Muni, very right. So it's not Shanda and Amarka. So whatever he has learned from Narad Muni when he was in the womb of his mother. So he's telling this first of all, this body is temporary, right? There is some lifetime. After that, all of us give up this body, right? So this body is temporary. When the body is temporary, our household life is also temporary, right? It's not going to last. So in this life, I have daughter. Prashasta is my daughter. Next life, I might not be related to her also, right? So it is temporary. So anyone who is in this phase, there is lot of misery, there is lot of unhappiness. It is like a dark well without water. This is what Prahlad Maharaj is saying. This is Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto. Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, chapter 5 and verse 5. Chapter 5 and verse 5. So Prahlad Maharaj is saying it's full of unhappiness, right? So it is by default, Srimad Bhagavatam is telling ki ye jagah hai, it is of unhappiness, right? So this is something we have to understand. It will help us to accept this situation. And he says we have to take steps to actually understand God, right? He stays in those days, they used to go to forest, they used to do meditation, and they used to do things to actually get closer to God. But that is not, may not be possible for some people at certain stage. So at this stage, what we can do, we can actually follow the process of bhakti, right? So that is what he says. After having said this, Hiranyakashipu gets, of course, very upset. He says, there are some enemies of mine who are actually brainwashing my sons, and they are actually teaching him all this. He calls Chanda and Amarka and he says, go and teach him the right thing, right? Then after that, he goes to ashram of Chanda Amarka, and then he actually comes again, he returns back. And then when he returns back, then Hiranyakashipu is again asking, right? Hiranyakashipu is again asking, he's asking, okay? My dear Prahlad, now that you have learned so much from your teachers, please tell me what is the best of the knowledge, right? What is the best of the knowledge? Uh, what do you think is the best of the knowledge? You have heard so much from Shanda Amarka, you're going to school. हम भी पूछते हैं बच्चों को, मतलब स्कूल से आए तो क्या पढ़ाया आज स्कूल में, क्या सीखा है आज, टीचर क्या पढ़ाती है, क्या हो रहा है, मतलब, right? We also ask our children. Similarly, Hiranyakashipu is also asking. And Prahlad Maharaj is telling, see, this is very, very important. Prahlad Maharaj said, hearing and chanting about the transcendental holy name, form, qualities, paraphernalia, and pastimes of Lord Vishnu, remembering them, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, offering the Lord respectful worship with 16 types of paraphernalia, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming his servant, and surrendering everything unto him. In other words, serving him with the body, mind, and words. These 9 processes are accepted as pure devotional service. One who has dedicated his life to the service of Krishna through these 9 methods should be understood to be the most learned person, for he has acquired complete knowledge. So, this is what Bhagavatam is saying, that complete knowledge is understanding that we have to surrender to the Lord with the 9 processes. What are the 9 processes? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Achanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedan. So these are the 9 processes by which we can surrender to the Supreme Lord, and anyone who has understood it and who is doing it is the most learned person. And this is the right form of knowledge. So anything else is knowledge, but the highest knowledge, this is the highest knowledge, and this is how we have to serve the Supreme Lord. Okay. So this is one very important shloka that we have to understand. And now this is again something which is angers Hiranyakashipu. But Prahalad, what we have to, there are few things. This is the thing that Prahalad actually tells his father Hiranyakashipu. There were some things Prahalad also tells his friends in the school, that demon school that he was studying. He also actually tells them to do bhakti here. So everywhere he is actually trying to speak about the glories of the Lord, and he is trying to inspire everyone to come closer to God, right? So that is something which he is constantly doing. It can be to his father, it can be to his friends, it can be, he also tells his teachers, actually he tells Chanda and Amarka that you should not see anyone as enemy, because they constantly tell him that Bhagwan Vishnu is the enemy, Bhagwan Vishnu is the enemy. He says you should not see anyone as enemy, leave alone God, but you should not see anyone as enemy. So that is what he teaches even his teachers, Chanda and Amarka. So constantly Prahlad Maharaj is in the effort to tell people about the Supreme Lord, to tell people how to do devotional service by his example and also by what he says. So that is something, that is a wonderful quality of a devotee, to constantly speak about the glories of the Lord and also spread about the glories of the Lord, tell others how they can practice their devotional service. Prahlad Maharaj is one of the 12 Mahajans. He is an exemplary devotee. He is an exemplary devotee. He is exemplary devotee to the extent that he was the person that, though he was born in a demon family. So now we already discussed when we started the session, we said Very fortunate devotees are who continue. They are very fortunate to be born in wonderful families. But he was born in a demon family. So being born in demon family is very, very unfavorable to bhakti. You considering all that Hiranyakashipu did to stop him from doing bhakti, right? So even to the extent to kill him, right? So that was the extent to which he was facing difficulties and tribulations. So even in for a practicing devotee, for all of us, whenever there are difficulties, whenever there are challenges, work, home, people around us, startups, that's work. Yeah. So all the difficulties, whatever difficulties we are facing, we can still endeavor and try to do devotional service, because we that is what we learned from Prahlad Maharaj. We said there is need to hear about the devotees to actually follow their footsteps and go back to Krishna. So from the excellent example of Prahlad Maharaj, we can always keep this, right. Difficulties will be there. He also said, Prahlad Maharaj only said that this is a place of it's a dark well without water. He said, where you are currently is a dark well without water. And in spite of that, our endeavor, constant endeavor, is to do bhakti. In spite of all the hardships, the Lord is very merciful. Our endeavor is actually to do bhakti irrespective of the hardships. That is what we should think. But ऐसे भी भगवान बहुत दयालु है, बहुत कृपालु है, और जब ऐसा बाधा आता है तो वो भी हमको जरूर हमारा रक्षा करेंगे. उन्होंने प्रहलाद का रक्षा किया है. हमने देखा है प्रहलाद का कैसा उन्होंने रक्षा किया है. प्रहलाद का साथ दिया था. ध्रुव महाराज के लिए भी आए थे भगवान. ऐसे बहुत भक्त लोग के लिए भगवान आए थे और उनको उनका रक्षा उन्होंने किया है. उनका भक्ति का भी रक्षा किया है. परीक्षित महाराज का भी रक्षा किया था. तो ऐसे तो भगवान हमारा रक्षा करेंगे ही. पर हमारा कोशिश रहना चाहिए कि कोई बाधा आए, कोई मुश्किल आए, हमको ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए कि भाई अभी भक्ति नहीं होता हमसे. थोड़ा बाधा हट जाए, थोड़ा मतलब थोड़ा अच्छा मौसम हो जाए तो मतलब ठीक है. ऐसा नहीं होता है क्योंकि मौसम कभी ठीक नहीं रहता है. मतलब ऐसा, it is never perfect to do bhakti, right? For those who, even in our material aspirations that we have, so we want to crack the next best job, we want to get the next best rank in the competitive exams. There is no fair weather. There is no fair weather. We fight against odds to actually achieve those. ऐसा तो it's not like perfect, everything is perfect and then we crack the competitive exam and we get the best of the jobs. Everyone has these hardships. That's why they're very glamorous rags to riches stories and all, because nothing happens when everything is fine. So it is the case with bhakti also. We should not expect that it will be everything will be fine. It was not fine for any of the devotees. And so but our endeavor should be there. Whatever is the circumstance, we should actually keep at it. Keep doing our devotional service. We can offer prayers for the Lord, to the Lord, to actually remove obstacles so that we can do bhakti. There is nothing wrong. The Lord is very merciful. Once Udayanand Prabhuji told me, like, I had this growing up. I belong to a very pious family, so growing up I had a wish list. Every time I went to God, I used to go very often to God. Matlab ऐसे like I used to, I don't know from where that came, but I used to like speak to God. So I used to go and speak, and I used to make एक list निकालती थी. भगवान, ये सेमेस्टर में ये मार्क्स आना चाहिए, वो वाला शॉप से वो चाहिए, and like that I had a list. So very earlier on, Udayanand Prabhuji told me these are all very trivial things to actually ask the Lord for, right? So just 5 minutes. Do we have 5 minutes? Is this too much to ask?
No,
Just 5 minutes. Just there's one story we'll just tell and wrap. So, so Prabhuji told me these are all trivial things, so we should not be asking the Lord for the trivial things. So, in this connection, actually, there is one very interesting story. There was one lady who was actually carrying a log of woods. There was one lady who was carrying a log of woods on her left shoulder, right? So she was carrying this log of woods for quite some time. She was an old lady. She was carrying this log of woods, and then the king passes by that road. The king passes by that road, and then the king is asking, like, what is happening? Do you need some help? So then this lady says, महाराज आप आ गए हो ना, तो ये ना ये log of wood इधर से निकाल के इधर लगा दो. See, the king has come. What should you ask? What all you can ask, right? But हम जब भगवान के पास जाके बोलते हैं कि रैंक दिलाइए, एडमिशन वहां दीजिए, so this is actually shifting the log of wood from here to here, right? So we don't want to do that. We have to ask whatever is the greatest we can get. अब राजा आ गए तो मुझे भी आपके महल में जगह दे दो. Treat me like your mother. She never needs to carry the log of woods only, right? If she would have said, please treat me like your mother, but for a lifetime she would have been taken care of. So that is what happens with wishes. But spiritual, definitely spiritual wishes we can have and request we can have, because there are some things which can affect our bhakti, and we want the Lord to help us to actually overcome those obstacles. Please make your sincerest prayers to the Lord on this day. He is very, very merciful every day, and more so today. Hare Krishna.
So
Thank you
all
so
the
much.
best to everyone. Anyone who actually wanted to chant, today is the best day, because the biggest difficulty that we have in this material world is unable to chant. If anyone is willing to chant, even if it is one round, please start today. Because Narsinga appeared to protect Prahlad in the same way. He will. Very simple. If you want to chant regularly, right, it's very, very simple. I think my voice is loud. Hare Krishna. My voice is loud enough. So what I'm trying to say is, today if you start, after you go home, if you want to start doing japa, today is the best day, because the way he appeared for Prahlad Maharaj, I'm sure that he will appear for us also, and he will remove all the obstacles that we have in bhakti. In the sense, the reason why I'm stressing about this one is, many people I have seen, many people I have seen, after 10 years, 20 years of bhakti also, they are not able to chant properly. Their chanting goes from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, and at times it goes to Atala, Sutala, Rasatala, Talatala, Patala also. Even for that matter, I'm also not great chanter. Chanting is not easy. Chanting means, if you do Suddhanam, Krishna is going to become a servant of you. Right? Chant. If you're struggling to chant, pray Narsingadev. Narsingadev, please play. Chanting. The reason why we have to pray for chanting is, you can do anything but not chanting. To do Suddhanam. Suddhanam is not easy, because Lord has to bless us to do Suddhanam. How many of you are actually doing chanting unwell? How many of you are not able to do chant well? How many of us how many of us are not chanting Hare Krishna mantra? Okay. ज्योति मधु chanting कर रहे हैं कितना रहो अच्छा है प्रभु जी
I'm chanting for her one.
you're chanting for her means
For now, she cannot chant. So
why she cannot chant?
I'm guessing that she cannot chant. So I chant to
Uh-huh.
only girl.
baby प्रभु जी
No, he knows, but
no you can chant.
no, I'm saying I can also chant, but I'm saying
Okay, when Mataji holds you can chant, and you hold Mataji can chant. But actually, if Raji Mataji, you can also chant. Very easy. At the same time, very difficult.
7-8 minutes.
7-8 minutes it takes.
One round.
I'm struggling with my chanting. Either I don't get time or I don't get attention. If you want to do chanting, chanting is the only way to go back to God. Everything else is stupidity. I was telling to Mayank Prabhu today, 5 CVPs were fired yesterday night at 11:30 in Microsoft. CVPs అంటే వాళ్ళు సత్యాకి రిపోర్ట్ చేస్తుంటారు. 5గురిని ఫైర్ చేశారు మాతాజీ. వాళ్ళకి ఎన్ని కోట్లు వస్తుందో తెలియదు, వాళ్ళని ఫైర్ చేశారు 5గురిని రాత్రి 11 గంటలకి. So I'm not speaking something that is not right? So what I'm trying to say is, it's not an easy thing. These are all temporary, right? The only thing that is permanent is, it can go live. I know it is going live. It should go live, of course, right? It should go live. We all should do Suddhana. So let's pray. Let's give Harti and pray Narsingadev very intensely, that give me energy and strength and attention to chant. If you don't want chant, it's better, remove that devotee tag also. It's stupidity at peaks. We are chanting ourselves, and we are chanting, we are cheating ourselves, and we are cheating the Lord also. So what we should do? What we all should do?
Sincerely pray.
Sincerely pray for?
Able to chant attentively.
Yeah, able to chant attentively. When we chant, the Lord should hear. I was actually thinking today when I was chanting and saying Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. After chanting the first mantra, I just was contemplating. If Krishna really sits like in this chair Mataji is sitting, if he listens to it, what will happen? That's how we should. You remember that Krishna is just sitting beside you and chant. If Raji Mataji is sitting beside me, will I be able to kind of talk anything, nonsense? So if you're not chanting, means you're talking nonsense only. It's as simple as that. Okay? So we should chant attentively with purity and we should listen. So we cannot do that ourselves. So pray the Lord to actually give us that strength. Okay? We'll do Kirtan. Aarti istana. Mic istava. Mic stand. No, first we'll give Aarti and then Abhishekam. Flowers అక్కడే ఉన్నాయి పక్కనే ఉన్నాయి పల్లె అవేంటవి వెళ్ళు మైక్ స్టాండ్ ఎట్టి చేస్తావా We'll start Aarti, you bring flowers, whatever.
After Aarti, we do Abhishekam.
Yeah, after Aarti also, last at the end you can do flower Abhishekam.
अभिषेक नहीं कर रहे
अभी आरती होगा उसके बाद अभिषेक
Yeah. Prasista, this side to that side, not that side to this side. You never stand that side. Come, stand this side. This is Mrutyadwar, Prasista. I also have to come along with you if you go.
do again.
Of course, you have to do it again. When we do Aarti, usually we stand.
Oh my god. Can I do from here Aarti?
No.
Because the plate.
Aksas will help you, the senior devotee. Aksas. Hare Krishna.
Hold the plate. नहीं यहाँ पर ये फायर के साथ
नमस्ते नारायणाय
नरसिंहा परतो नरसिंहा पितो नरसिंहा परितो नरसिंहा यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहा
हे नरसिंहा हृदये नरसिंहा
महे नरसिंहा हृदये नरसिंहा
हे नरसिंहा हृदये नरसिंहा
महे नरसिंहा हृदये नरसिंहा
नरसिंहहरिं शरणं प्रपद्ये
नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे
तव करकमलवरे नाथ मद्भुतसिंह हिरण्यकशिपु केशवतीता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय तव
कर कमल नाथा मधुत श्रृंगार ललिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृंगा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
केशवतीता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
जय केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
कृष्ण यादवाय नमः यादवाय माधवाय केशवाय नमः
हरिहराय नमः कृष्ण यादवाय नमः यादवाय माधवाय केशवाय नमः
गोपाल गोविंद राम श्री मधुसूदन गिरिधारी गोपीनाथ मदन मोहना गोपाल
गोविंद राम श्री मधुसूदन गिरिधारी गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
कृष्ण 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 हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jagannath Swami
Jagannath Swami Nayan Patgami Bhav Tume. Jagannath Swami Nayan Patgami Bhav Tume.
Swami Nayana
Jagannath Swami Nayan Patgami Bhav Tume.
Jagannath Swami Nayana Padagami Nayana Padagami Bhavatume.
Jagannath Swami Nayan Patgami Bhav Tume.
Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra.
Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra.
Jagannath Swami Nayana Padagami Nayana Padagami Bhavatume.
Jagannath Swami Nayan Patgami Bhav Tume.
Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Gaurari.
Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Gaur Hari.
Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Gaurari.
Jai Sachinandan, Jai Sachinandan, Jai Sachinandan, Gaur Hari.
Jaya Sachinandana. First you have to give to senior. Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Gaurari.
Jai Sachinandan, Jai Sachinandan, Jai Sachinandan, Gaur Hari.
Patita Bhavana, Patita Bhavana, Patita Bhavana, Gaurari.
Patita Pavana, Patita Pavana, Patita Pavana, Gaur Hari.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai Gaura Hari Bo.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya 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 Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura. Nityananda. Nityananda. Gauranga. Nityananda. Gauranga. Nityananda. Gauranga. Nityananda. Gauranga. Nityananda. Gauranga. Nityananda. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. Yeah. 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 We'll do little Pushpa Abhishekam and then we'll head for Prasadam. One important thing we all should remember when we do it, children will remember. Mataji is very, very senior devotee. So it's like the karma should fall. Prastha, this side. ఇక్కడ నుంచి.
Learning, just being trained.
చాలు ఇంకొకసారి చాలు
ఒక్కసారి ప్లీజ్ ప్లీజ్.
ప్రాక్టీస్ ఇంట్లో చేసుకో ప్రాక్టీస్
చేస్తే ఇంట్లో బాగానే వస్తుంది.
అందుకని కెమెరా ముందు చేయకూడదు ఎఫెక్ట్
Okay, I'm shifting.
చాలు So basically, one important thing is, so actually, so Ropali Mathis was asking me, not asking me, she was actually about to feed both Akshas as well as Ira in the same plate. Usually, what happens is when we eat in the same plate, or when we eat chuta, what happens is karma changes. Now, karma, where to where karma should change. Now, that stick, if it touches me, and then if goes and touches Mataji, my karma will go to her. I should never ever be ready to give that. Because whenever we are juniors, we will do more bad karmas. We should never give. That's why we can eat chuta of Maharaj, but we should never give it back. Right? It's very important. Right? So when there are seniors, first the seniors have to be offered. Then only it goes in the downward sequence. That's how it is. Right? So Akshas, okay? Well done.
Secret nature.
Yeah, we should all be ashamed of him.
Yeah.
Right. Okay? Pushpa Abhishek.
Yeah. First Acham.
కొట్టాలా బలంగా కొడతాను కవర్ తీసుకోవాలి
Acham.
కవర్ తీసుకుని ఇది పెట్టాలి ఎందుకంటే ఎప్పుడు చేయకూడదు భయం వేస్తుంది నాకు ఓకే వెన్ దిస్ పుష్పాభిషేకం is happening, we will little here, sir. What is what tune किया था last time tune
That day we sang
at your home?
it Divya Mati was song. Jana hai Mati Mata yaad nahi.
We'll have to finish it in 5 minutes because Prasad. Ashin, Matil Ashin.
We have to do together.
What is we do it?
Not just that, and then something comes. Just that.
I don't know.
So lost.
Oh, line guard. She's opting to line guard.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
అయిపోయిందా కొట్టండి రోజు కూర్చోండి కూర్చోండి అక్కడ హరే Matil, go. No, go. No, go, Matil. Go, Matil. I should not come between devotees and Lord.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Mataji, grace
Krishna Krishna,
Late అవుతుంది Mataji.
Hare Rama,
Mataji, we'll do like we'll show to gurus and then offer it from there and then slowly comes to guru. Yeah, no, sorry. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
What happened, Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Aki Chintu, Miralin.
Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
After. Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hey! Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
नवनाशक नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय। श्री श्री नरसिम्हा चतुर्दशी महामहोत्सव की
Jai.
टैगोर प्रेमानंद
అనంత పరమేశ్వర తండ్రికి అది రాసుకుంటారు.
Srila Prabhupada.
ఓకే మహాప్రసాదే గోవిందే
महाप्रसादे गोविंदे महाप्रसादे गोविंदे नाम ब्राह्मणे वैष्णवे
Nama Brahmane Vaishnave.
स्वल्प पुण्यवतन राजन
Svalpa Punyam Pratam Rajan.
विश्वासो नवजायते
Vishwaso Naiva Jayate.
शारीरा विद्यादा
Sharira Vidyaja.
ज्ञानेन्द्रियतायका
Jodendriye Nayika.
जीव बेले विशेषागरे
Jive Pele Vishnu Sagare.
तारा मध्य जीवाजी
Tara Madhya Jiva
Novo Maya Sudurmati, Novo Maya Sudurmati, Take Jeda Kali Samsare, Take Jeda Samsare, Krishna Varadaya Mai, Krishna Varadaya Mai, Hari Bari Jil Bajai, Hari Bari Jil Bajai, Shah Prasad Nando Bhai, Shri Anamita Pao, Shri Anamita Pao, Shri Radha Krishna Gungao, Shri Radha Krishna Gungao, Ye Mera Ko Chaitanya Tai, Ye Mera Ko Chaitanya Tai, Jai Nimai Jai Nitai, Jai Nimai Jai Nitai, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadara, Shri Advaita Gadadara, Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. మాకు తొందరగా ప్రసాదం పెడితే మేము తినేసి ఇంటికి వెళ్ళిపోతాం. Let's make it fast. ప్రశస్తం మాతాజీకి లేట్ అవుతుంది పద. చాలా లేట్ అయిపోయింది సారీ చెయ్యి ఫాస్ట్ చెయ్యి నేను వెయిట్ చేస్తాను కొంచెం వరిష్ట వైష్ణవ్స్ కాదు కాదు ప్రసాదం లోపల సర్వ్ చేస్తాం అంటే బయట ఏమండి ప్రసాదం యాక్చువల్లీ ఏంటంటే మాది సింపుల్ కంపల్సరీ చెప్తారా తీసుకోమన్నారు చూస్తామని ఉంటుంది సాయంత్రం 12 వరకు we need to cut the cake also mataji cake 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 we can get Mama, you are only going to clean it. Prashasta will clean it. No, not me. Huh? Switch off. माताजी क्या क्या देशी रुचि कहाँ करेंगे प्रसाद केक केक कट करेंगे ना पहले केक कट करके ये भी कट कर देना ठीक है we can cut here only माताजी माताजी केक यहीं पे कट करेंगे we can do that offer किया और 3:30 का अच्छा ये टेबल लाना चाहिए सर आपको 5 की मारी मैसेज भेजिए कटिंग तो हो सकता है अभी और उसको ना नाम तो भी ले ये देखो इसमें आई है जो ऑफर है उसका विक्रम पे थे ना स्वीट ले आएंगे स्वीट में केक के साथ कर देते हैं ना प्रसाद अंदर ले सकते हो प्रभु जी बहुत गर्मी है तो प्रसाद बाकी प्रसाद भी डाल केक वी कैन कट हियर माताजी देन वी कैन इसके प्रसाद भी आएगा माताजी की नो नो राइट नाउ वी विल सॉल्व दैट Yes, Prabhuji. No, Prabhuji, just I washed few Prabhuji. If you wash few of them, then we yeah we दिव्या को गए केक लाने गए नहीं तुलसी वो स्वीट भी डाल देंगे उसमें चलो मैं बोल क्या तुम्हारा जी स्वीट भी डाल देंगे और प्रसाद में आती प्रभु మళ్ళీ అక్కడ ప్రసాద్ नोटिस का यहाँ पे भी चल रहा है बंद कर दूं क्या तो केक कटिंग का भी कर लेते हैं केक कटिंग तो मेन है प्रभु जी you can do cake cutting then I will Hare Krishna
For some reason, she has been speaking me since she came, but she doesn't come.
Anam family. Anam family. Raghu చెప్పే
अच्छा लाइनिंग भी రాజమండ్రి ఏం తెలియటం అంటే కంపల్ట్ పెడతారు తర్వాత యాత్ర తర్వాత
నేను ఈరోజు చేస్తా ఆమె అసలు లేదు నేనే ఇంకా నాకెవరు గుడి తప్ప ఫస్ట్ గుడిలోనే కలుస్తాను ఈ రోజు మార్నింగ్ వచ్చా ఇంకా ఉన్నారా అయిపోయింది ఇప్పుడే టెస్ట్ అయిపోయింది పూజ వస్తున్నామా ఇప్పుడే వస్తున్నా అంకుల్ హ్యాండ్
ఏం రావట్లేదు. ఏం లేదు